polls open in France about 12 hours from now, and while there is a blackout period right now, pro-Russian and right-wing websites are hawking stolen emails from the leading candidate. It is the latest twist in an election that could have major impacts on world financial markets and, of course, on our relationship with our oldest ally. James Kirchick, an expert in these matters, joins us now with some insight. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
You look at this right now, you've got Marine Le Pen, who is way down in the polls. She's the right-wing candidate. You've got Emmanuel Macron, untested politician, young guy, under 40, who's leading by about 20 points. Ordinarily, this wouldn't be a discussion. And then you look back at Brexit, where the pollsters got it wrong, at the U.S. election, where the pollsters got it wrong, and you listen to Marine Le Pen saying, hey, don't count me out for things happening in threes.
Well, I don't want to make too strong of a prediction, but it really isn't a similar situation. I mean, Brexit was very close in the polls in the weeks leading up to it. Donald Trump was never more than 4 or 5 points behind Hillary Clinton nationally. Marine Le Pen, as you mentioned, is at least 20 points behind Emmanuel Macron. So it's highly, highly, highly unlikely that she will be able to win tomorrow.
Unlikely for sure. Strange things happen. What does it tell us, if nothing else, that we're having this conversation?
Well, absolutely, you're right. I mean, if you look at the trend lines in France and across Europe, clearly these populist far-right parties are becoming more popular. Marine Le Pen's father, Jean-Marie Le Pen, also made it to the second round of the French presidential election in 2002, and he only got 18%. His daughter, 15 years later, is probably going to get somewhere on the order of 35 to 40%. So while she's not going to win tomorrow, if the conditions that give rise to these populists continue, then, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, she might have a much better shot.
I'm not going to characterize Marine Le Pen's positions on a number of things. I'll leave that to you. But suffice it to say that to a huge part of the population, they are alarming.
Yeah, I mean, it's, she's often described as far right, which is not really accurate. If you look at her economic policies, she is what we in America would consider far left. She wants to keep the 35-hour work week. She wants to put up trade barriers. She wants to lower the retirement age drastically. She's in favor of much more state intervention in the economy and much bigger government spending. So she has what we would consider a far-left economic plan, which is actually the reason why a lot of people who used to vote for the Communist Party in France vote now for the National Front. It's more on the questions of, ethnic identity and citizenship that we consider her far-right, and the fact that there are so many neo-fascists, frankly, and, Holocaust revisionists and neo-Nazis who are in her party.
Her father among them.
Yes, and she did kick out her father from the party a couple of years ago. But I think that was largely a cosmetic change. If you look at the attitudes expressed by members of this party, including very senior members, in fact, the prime minister candidate was forced to resign a couple of weeks ago because he doubted the Holocaust. He said that the Germans never used poison gas in the gas chambers. So these are the kinds of people who she surrounded herself with.
Yeah, well, we will see what the French have to say tomorrow. Clearly, if as you pointed out, unlikely happens, world financial markets would be in a tizzy come Monday morning. James Kirchick, appreciate your insights as always.